Hi.
Wait.
Oh.
I need to get my I'm gonna get this out.
You
first.
asked me if I was ready. I should have asked you, are you ready?
I'm not ready. I'm anti SpongeBob. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
That's so annoying.
When your person asks you if you want to get married. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of What'd Mom Say? I'm Tess.
I'm Hannah.
Hi, daughters.
Hi, daughters.
Do you like being called that? Let us know in the comments.
Let us know anything in the comments.
Please just say something.
God, we're screaming into the void.
Do it. Also, follow us. Just like and subscribe.
It feels like so cunty to be saying that.
I know, but you know, when I was a little kid, I really wanted to be a YouTuber. Do you remember?
Yeah, I did too.
I started a YouTube channel like multiple times. Oh shit. Okay, I started multiple times, and then I had these like really weird videos, like the video of me like snapping, and I would appear in a different spot in my room.
You also had that video you made where it was like the concept was, how about them apples?
Yes, because I hated that phrase as a kid.
You did. You really did. I also wanted to be a YouTuber, but I never made any videos. I didn't even make it that far. I just like was so intimidated. So I guess we're fulfilling our middle school dreams.
Kind of, a little bit. I remember I also had a video where it was Chubby Bunny, but we didn't have marshmallows in the house because our mom was kind of an almond mom. So I did it with grapes.
I feel like a grape is almost scarier to like choke on than a marshmallow. Or maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think you can choke on a marshmallow unless you're a
You
little
can
bitch.
choke on anything. You can go choke.
That's what she said.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely go follow us. Subscribe. Rate the podcast wherever you're I think you can rate it on, I know for sure, Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Give us 5 stars. If you don't want to give us 5 stars, then you can skip the rating thing. Our Instagram is at Would Mom Say, and it's the same on every other social platform. Our email address is whatmomsay@gmail.com.
Yes.
That's WHATD.
As in dick.
Momsay.com. So if you have any stories or mom-related things you want to share, hit us up.
Yeah.
And we'll read about it on the pod. We'll expose whatever you want it to share.
We'll expose you. So how's your mom been?
She's just as good as your mom is.
Wow. That sounds mean. She's just as good as your mom. If this is your first time listening, we have the same mom.
Yeah, we're sisters.
I don't know if you guys knew that, but we're actually sisters.
A big reveal. I think our mom is doing well. We had a little like mini road trip. Are you pointing at that's how she points.
No.
Or are you pointing at me to talk closer?
Yeah, it's like you gotta talk into the eye of the mic, you know?
I feel like I am already up against it. I'm almost like my lips are touching it.
But you were like up here, like
I don't want to do this anymore.
I quit.
But we had a mini road trip yesterday.
We did.
We drove to Bryan, Texas.
Bryan, Texas, the best place in Texas.
I think Houston is the best place in Texas.
Yes. Yeah, we drove up to see our grandmother, who unfortunately went into the hospital a couple days ago. She is okay.
Yes, she's all good now, but we went to visit the 3 Virgo girls, went to go pay her a visit, and I think we were all really relieved to visit with her and talk with her and see that she was doing well. I feel like after we finished visiting, there was like a weight lifted off of our shoulders a little bit, like, okay, she's okay.
Yeah, it was a huge sigh of relief. Our grandma is amazing. She's 91 years old. She just turned 91 a couple months ago. So anytime you hear someone's going to the hospital, it's scary. But when you hear your 91-year-old grandma's going to the hospital, you're like, oh,
It's not time. It's too soon.
you can't leave.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, for real. But I feel like we were just like very goofy afterwards. We went to Olive Garden.
Yeah.
We
wanted to be a family.
It was just a fun time.
Yeah.
It was just a fun time.
We were fucking with the waiters a lot. Mom was like, we should record this. And I'm like, I don't want people to hear this conversation.
Yeah, we were being out of pocket.
We were being a little bit inappropriate.
Well, not towards the waiters, only behind their back.
We were being inappropriate towards the waiters behind their backs.
Yeah. That's so true.
Yeah. Y'all were great. If you waiters somehow end up listening to this, y'all were great. And my mom thinks, trainee guy, you were hot.
Okay, so we got sat down at our table. Mom got up to go to the bathroom. 2 waiters approach our table. It's our waiter, and he's like, I'm training this guy. He's gonna be with me today. And we were like, okay. And then as they were wrapping up taking our drink orders, Mom came back and like saw them leaving our table. She was like, I guess when you're 2 young women, they give you 2 men. They send 2.
Oh, she was like, I forgot what it was like to be with like 2 young, beautiful women. Like,
Get all the attention.
I'm like, we're literally sitting in their section. Like, they have to come to this table to take our order.
Yeah, I'm like, we should have been more pick me about it.
I'm like, yeah, we asked for 2. I would like to be double served today.
Truly.
No, it was, yeah. So I'm like, someone's gonna come up to the table at some point. They're getting paid to do it.
Yeah. Truly.
But yeah, I don't know.
Okay, cool. I went to a lecture with Mom.
She ended up coming.
Yes, she was able to come through. It was at Rice University, which people call
saying it like that.
People call the Ivy League of the South.
Fuck Rice.
I'm saying it like I went there. I did. I wouldn't have been able to get in, I think.
Yeah, you would have.
I don't think so.
The thing is, who would want to go there?
Why do you hate Rice?
Because I went to U of H, and people who go to Rice are so snobby about the fact that they go to Rice.
Yeah.
I'm like, suck a dick.
Got it. Yeah.
They're also very like, no one can come past these walls. Like, we are Rice. It's kind of like a fortress type of vibe.
Okay. It's a really pretty campus.
Okay. You know what's also really pretty? Have you ever been to the University of Houston?
Okay. I have, just to visit you.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's beautiful.
Okay. Cool.
Go Cougs!
School pride showing. I don't have any school pride for any school I've been to.
I was thinking about this while I was in college because I didn't have school pride for any of the schools before I got to college. And I'm like, oh, I have pride for my college because I chose it. Like, I didn't get to choose my elementary, middle, or high school, but I did get to choose U of H.
Yeah, and you do have to pay for college, so you're like really choosing it.
Yeah, I also think the people that go to U of H are some of the most interesting, cool, nice people I've ever met. Like, just the vibes there are really awesome.
Okay, humble brag. Well, you do fit that description. Whenever I meet someone that went to U of H, I'm always like, my sister went there. I know someone. I didn't go there, but my sister did.
Yeah, I did that when I meet someone who went to St. Thomas.
Yeah, it's not as cool of a school. I'm glad I went to a small private Catholic school.
And now you're gay.
Well, it's funny.
So it actually doesn't work.
Well, it's funny because that school is nestled in like the gay neighborhood of Houston.
Even more funny.
It is surrounded by, it is like,
well, the priests need easy access to
gay. One of the priests was gay for sure. It was,
they all are. They wear robes.
I know. It's funny because my friend I'm not gonna name the priest. Okay, but my nothing happened. Nothing untoward happened.
Okay.
That I know of. But my friend had a class with this priest. He was an older. I like feel like all priests are old, but yeah, he was an older dude. And very eccentric and interesting, but he pulled up his laptop and he like had his email inbox, and he had emails from Andrew Christian, like the company, which is like a notoriously gay underwear brand for men. And my friend was he's gay too. He was in the class with another gay guy. They both just looked at each other like, okay. But yeah, I'm glad I went to the school I went to because I made really good friends there, but I don't have a lot of pride. I think that school is, some of the shit that happened there is kind of fucked up. Yeah. And not just for Catholic reasons.
But did your professor actually wear robes? Like the fatherly robes?
Yeah, they had priest clothes, but when he was teaching classes, I think he just wore pants.
Okay.
No shirt.
It'd be kind of funny, like kind of like Hogwarts, like they're billowing through the hallways in their big robes.
Yeah, for sure.
Did you know that actually underneath every priest robe, I just found this out, they are actually wearing little booty shorts.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my God. They did not show that in Fleabag.
It's little booty shorts under there.
I think you're lying, but I like kind of want to believe you.
You don't believe me?
I don't know, because you're saying little booty shorts and like
they're wearing little booty shorts and they're also wearing a little crop top.
Okay. This is a lie.
And glitter.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm going to hell.
Yeah. But it's kind of cute because the college I went to is where our grandparents met.
That's true.
To bring it back to Mimi. But yeah, me and Mom went to a lecture at Rice. Fuck them, I guess. But it was really nice because it was free and they had these like really fancy hors d'oeuvres and wine and shit.
Wow.
It was
actually crazy that Rice didn't charge you.
They have like the women and gender study. I don't know the full name of the department, but they have like free lectures and they're like seem really cool. But we went to one for this author that I really like, Robin Wall Kimmerer. She's written a lot of beautiful books. Braiding Sweetgrass being one of them. This is my book recommendation corner time.
Book club.
Yeah, but if you haven't read that book, you should read it. But I just wanted to say that to plug the book.
Oh, nothing about Mom.
Well, it was nice, but like nothing notable happened besides that it was really cool to see her talk, and it was like a beautiful lecture. And that woman is amazing. Yeah. Go read her stuff. Yeah, you too. Yeah. Your boyfriend read it. I recommended the book to him and he texted me and he was like, I read that book. It was great. And I was like, that's so nice.
Yeah, he likes to read.
Yeah.
Hannah's been telling me that I need to read more.
I have been telling you that.
Is it because my words are not word good?
You sound dumb. You need read more.
I do read whenever I read us a little Reddit story.
Okay, that's a good segue.
By the way, if you would like to submit a story to our podcast, please email us. It's whatdidmomsay@gmail.com. Or, you know what? We could also start our own subreddit and people could submit on there.
That's true. We could have another channel for people to be silent on.
You know what?
Sorry.
Fair.
Are you pulling up a story? Did you have anything else you needed to share before we get into it?
No.
Okay.
I was just trying to, look around. Oh, there's a subreddit called Mom for a Minute. What is this?
Okay.
Oh, this is really sad. This is a subreddit for people who don't have moms.
I've found that one. Yeah.
We are mother geese to our loving ducklings. When you need understanding, congratulations, praise, or advice from a mother figure but don't have one in real life, able or willing to provide that for you, we are here for you.
That's really sweet.
We support you and love you unconditionally.
If you need help from moms on the internet in not
Actually,
a weird way,
email us, actually, because our mom's going to do it.
Yeah. We're coming for your gig.
We coming for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I have like a couple stories from the last time that we didn't read, but I was like just looking around to see if there was anything new that popped up.
Okay.
That could be interesting.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm sorry, I can't stop thinking about the one that we didn't read where the title was just, I showed my mom my penis, and I keep thinking, why, God, why?
do you want me to read that one?
Yeah, just read
it's
it.
It's a really, really short one, so we can do two.
Okay, let's knock out two.
Okay, this is from 4 years ago. It's from the subreddit called True Off My Chest. I just showed my mom my penis.
And that's it. That's how it's short.
Yeah,
and sweet.
they didn't say anything else. So my dad lost his keys and I was accused of stealing them. My mom got really angry at me, and although there is no evidence I did it, even my dad doesn't remember where the keys are, I was the number one suspect. I offered to help them find the keys, but she refused, saying I have them hidden under my clothes and I'll drop them somewhere to clear myself of charges. She also said she knows for sure that I hid them. When she finally agreed to let me help them and I was getting of my bed...
Getting off my bed?
Off my bed, she once again repeated that I carry the keys with me. I got so upset. I stood up in front of her and started to undress. First, I took off my shirt, and then the bottom part was next. I took off my shorts, forgetting I didn't have underwear on. It was Saturday, and I sometimes don't bother to wear it. And then she saw my fucking dick. She turned around, and I put the shorts back on, and we both acted like it didn't happen. The keys remain lost, unlike my mom's memory of my dick, by the way. I need emotional support, please. Edit one, because I feel like it shouldn't have been written. I haven't talked to my dad for years, and we have nothing to do with each other.
Okay. You know how when it's Saturday and you go commando? Monday through Friday, it's business. It's business hours. That is a weird thing to do, even if he thought he had underwear on. That, I'm sorry, that's a little strange.
Yeah, it sounds like he was at his like last limit. I also don't know the age of this person writing in.
That's true. We don't know anyone's age. But it kind of reminded me of you because
what the fuck, bro?
Because
I don't have a penis.
That's not what you said yesterday. You said you had two. I'm not making that up. You said that.
I was being stupid.
I know, but
I should read more.
You should read a book, girl. But I feel like sometimes there's sort of like a scapegoat in families of this is the person who gets blamed if something is missing or broken. And I feel like a lot of the times you are put in that role of like, this thing is fucked up, Tess. Where is this? Do you feel that has happened to you?
You think I'm the one that gets blamed for
I
things?
think you get singled out most often for...
That's probably because I've done more fuck shit.
You have a track record.
I used to have a kind of a problem with lying when I was younger because I would do something and then I didn't want to get caught. Like I would accidentally break something in the house. Like if I broke like something, I would just put it back on and then it would break and mom would be like, what, did you do this? And I'm like, no, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, you're just like practicing your gaslighting.
Yeah. I don't lie anymore because the anxiousness of like having to continue to remember something.
You have to keep up the lie.
Yeah, I don't.
And it eats at you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I didn't enjoy reading Crime and Punishment in high school. Because he's like trying to keep his murder a secret.
Oh my God, if I murdered someone, I would immediately tell the cops.
Okay.
Like, first of all, I wouldn't just murder someone. If I did, it would be an accident. It would be manslaughter. Which is so weird because manslaughter actually sounds way more intense than murder.
It does. Slaughter is like
Or as I like to say, man's laughter. But if I accidentally killed someone, I would immediately go to the cops and be like, I did this. Please put me in prison. Like, I can't deal with the anxiety of like trying to not be caught.
You need to take a step back a little bit from that. You can admit to doing something on accident, but it still want you to fight in a trial with a lawyer unless you really fucked up. And you deserve punishment, but...
Like, what if I accidentally hit someone with my car?
Wow, what's going to happen with the podcast if you're in jail, Tess?
Oh my God, that would be so cool. Podcast from prison.
They do not let you do that.
You have to... They let people fuck. They could let us film a podcast.
Okay. Did you see that trend going around where it's like people in prison posting TikToks because, you know, they get... contraband items, so people were getting phones in there and like filming videos of themselves and posting. It's so surreal to see a selfie video of someone in prison.
No,
because you're like, first of all, they're gonna know it was you because you're in the video. But I guess we could figure something out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
You're gonna have to pimp yourself out to get a podcast mic in there.
I guess so. Anyway, back to this. There's one comment here that's really funny. It says, imagine if OP did take off his pants and all of a sudden keys just fall out of his crack.
I literally was thinking that it'd be really funny if it dropped to the floor.
Not just like a set, but like 5 minutes worth. Then when it seems like he's done dropping keys, more come out. It's like a cartoon.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
Yeah.
Someone said she changed your diaper. She's seen it before. Bigger issue is her accusations of stealing and lying. The strip search should not have been necessary. It wasn't even a strip search. Like he
voluntarily stripped.
This person goes, I often forget that I don't have underwear on when disrobing in front of my parents.
Yeah, you're like, it's kind of a weird circumstance. Like he's embarrassed and horrified, but also like you did not have to take off your pants.
Yeah.
I get you were trying to make a point of, I do not have these keys on my person.
This is so weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
People are kind of like fucking with him in the comments. There's some people that are like worried. They're like, this hits home. Are your parents abusive? My mom lost her keys once, blamed it on me, and grounded me for my birthday and wouldn't let me go anywhere. And OP responded and said, yes, when I was younger, I argued a lot with my dad, mostly when he was drunk. Once after an argument, we exchanged words for the last time. We haven't been talking for years now. My mom isn't a bad person, but I wish she sided with me more often back then.
Okay.
So.
It sounds like it's definitely a tense relationship, and he was at, like you said when we first finished reading the story, he's kind of at his wit's end and doesn't know how else to prove that he does not have the keys on him. But I don't think I would start taking off my clothes if I was being accused of like having something in my pockets or something.
Yeah.
I would maybe turn my pockets inside out, or I'd be like, I'm a girl, I don't have pockets in my jeans.
I never really like taking off my clothes in any situation. Unless I know I'm going to get lucky.
Okay. Thank you. I was curious about that. I don't know if there's much else to say. I just wanted to know what the fuck was up with the situation.
There's not much else to say. There's one other guy who commented saying getting completely naked has always solved a lot of confrontations with other people for me. And he has a little story. He goes, several years ago, I was just a young corporal in the Marine Corps. I got into a physical altercation with another much larger Marine in front of several other people at the barracks. He was significantly bigger than me, one of those kinds of guys that worked out twice a day. His legs were the size of my torso. Anyways, upon first contact, I knew he was going to destroy me in a normal stand-up boxing type fight. If I had any chance of survival, I was going to have to make some strategic decisions for my safety. He ninja'd me pretty fast and grabbed a hold of my neck and was trying to choke me, and I managed to trip both of us on the ground. I was flailing my arms behind my head, trying to hit anything and not succeeding. That's when it came to me. I unfastened my belt, unbuttoned my trousers, and in one motion took down my pants and underwear so that I was bottomless, out in the wind. With my pants to my ankles as he was still wrapped around me. He didn't realize at first. He didn't have a good enough hold on my neck to choke me all the way, but everyone around us started laughing, and once he realized why, the sudden fear of being mistaken for a homosexual overpowered his need to beat my ass. Chalk that up to a win in my column. I mean, even though I didn't hit him at all, we still call it a TKO. I'm telling you, life advice. If you want to end an argument or end a fight, get naked. Works every time. All the time.
Yeah, it works for men in repulsing other people, but for women it does not work that way, I feel.
Well, I feel like
you
might
be able to stop an argument, I guess, if you take off your clothes, but
that's really funny.
That's crazy.
I showed my mom my penis.
That's also not good advice. Don't take off your clothes to resolve conflict, especially if you're in public.
I think on like a military base like that where he was like actually in physical danger, there is something smart to doing that.
Yeah, well,
don't fuck with that guy. He whips his dick out if you try to beat him up. It's like, yeah.
If you are being encountered by someone and you're uncomfortable and it's a bad situation, I've heard a lot of the times the best course of action is to act crazy. Like if a man is following you or some shit, you have to like outdo the crazy of that situation and freak him out.
That's what I was telling Mom, because she like feels uncomfortable a lot of the time in the gym. She's like, I feel like people are staring at me and stuff, and I'm like, I never make eye contact in the gym with anyone. But I was like, if you want to get people off your back, just be like weird back. Like if some man staring at you, go like they'll leave you alone.
They will, yeah. They'll be like, oh, God.
Just be like, hi, do you want to get married?
Yeah, you just have to weird someone, and then they'll be like, oh, that bitch is crazy.
Like, just go up to them and be like, I'll leave my husband for you.
Well, like, okay, that's... Maybe don't do that.
I think that would freak someone out. They're like, what the fuck? I was just looking at your ass. Why are you saying that to me? Don't look at her anymore.
Yeah, someone might be into that though. Yeah.
Most of the time, if a guy's staring at a girl in the gym, he's really just like
checking
out a piece of your body for a second. Like, it's not as heinous or sinister as I think it can be. You know, it's usually just, oh, there's this rack of titties. Fuck. I looked.
Yeah.
They're not thinking that much further.
I hope not.
Yeah. Okay. I do have these two other stories about moms. There's oh, that's not the right one. It's the two I told you about last time. Am I overreacting? My mom ordered me a child-sized donaire. Or am I overreacting to skip Thanksgiving after my mom basically said I'm an embarrassment for not having a husband and kids by now?
Damn. Both sound like a big bummer. Let's do the donaire one.
Okay. This is from 6 months ago from the subreddit Am I Overreacting? The title is Am I Overreacting? My mom ordered me a child-sized donaire. So this happened quite a while ago, actually. I, 29 female and close with my parents, 62 male and 59 female. And I go over for dinner quite often. Although my mom has commented on my eating when I was a young teenager, said my grandpa thought it was disgusting how much I ate, even though I was very skinny, underweight even. That comment stuck with me. I was 14 and now I'm 29. She hasn't commented on it since. Okay, except the one time I ate 6 donuts in one sitting and she freaked out at me. But one is kind of understandable. I could get away with it though. Again, I was skinny, LOL. So this one day, my boyfriend and I are coming over and my dad is gone for work. My mom wants to get us donaires, so she texts me to ask what size we each want. We both order regular size donaires. I was so excited too, LOL. We are watching a movie together and the order gets to the house. She pulls mine out and it feels tiny, like super small. And my boyfriend's is clearly a regular size. I confront her about it and ask, and she said, I ordered you a child size. You never finish your meals. Which I do have eyes bigger than my stomach a lot of times, but I didn't think a regular donair was overdoing it. And also, I was starving. I finished mine way before they finished theirs, and I felt kind of awkward. My mom must have noticed because she's like telling me not to make a big deal out of it. She said she can order me another donair if I really needed more food. I said no, obviously, but I don't know, guys. It just made me so uncomfortable. But maybe I'm just being dumb, taking it to heart too much. My feelings were hurt. I texted my dad and told him about it. I guess he told my mom, and then my mom totally freaked out at me. She called me in extreme anger, saying I went behind her back to talk to dad. I apologized and told her the situation just made me uncomfortable. Like, I thought she didn't want me eating too much. I've gained like 20 pounds in the past couple years, but nothing crazy. I'm still only 140 pounds and I'm 5'5". Then a couple days ago, my boyfriend and I were over, and my mom was saying I'm a spoiled brat sometimes. I asked, when have I ever been a spoiled brat? I'm always grateful. I feel that I never expect things. She said the time she got me a small donair, and I made it such a big deal. Mind you, my dad was here at this point. I said, no, you got me a child size. If you got me a small size, I likely wouldn't have made it such a big deal. She said, no, it was a small size. I wouldn't get you a child size. I don't know. I feel like she was just saying that because my dad was there. The donair was a child size. I don't know. This situation is so dumb. I'm probably overreacting, but my boyfriend is obviously on my side. So I'm just wondering what Reddit thinks, I guess.
Take a shot every time she said donair. I think you covered this in the last episode, but can you explain what a donair is?
So a donair, I believe it's really popular in Canada. It's a fast food sandwich, but it's like it comes from like the doner kebab type of thing. It's like a pita wrap with meat and cheese and some veggies in it.
Yeah.
Kind of like a shawarma.
Okay.
But yeah, it looks kind of like, yeah, it's like a pita wrap. I'll show you. Oh.
Let me see. Okay.
You know, basic.
Mediterranean taco.
Mediterranean taco.
That's what the picture looks like.
It does.
Well, what do you think?
I think this whole thing is weird. I don't think the mom should have ordered her daughter a child-sized donair. I don't know if it was necessarily like a dig at her, like being like, I don't want you eating that much. Like, I know they have like some history with that, but it's just weird overall.
It is strange. That I think her dad is his little snitch. Because she went to her dad to be like, something mom did hurt my feelings, and he immediately goes to the mom and is like, well, I don't know, he caused like, conflict.
To me, it sounds like she went to her dad and she's like, this made me uncomfortable. So then he wanted to talk to his wife, like, why did you do this to our daughter?
Okay.
That's how I took it. But also they're married and they're partners, so they're going to talk.
That is an interesting dynamic when you're trying to tell just one parent something in confidence, but your parents are going to chit-chat about you. But I don't know. I feel like if your kid comes to you and is upset about something your partner did, then maybe you could say, hey, like, how would you want to handle this? Can I talk to your mom? Or like, why don't we sit together with your mom and talk this out versus like, I don't know. He knows his wife, like, I sounded like they were divorced to me the way she was writing it. It was not clear, but
no, they're together.
I don't know. I feel like involve your kid in the conversation.
I guess you could also argue that she didn't have to bring her dad into it in that way. Like, it could have stayed between her and her mom. I don't know. I think the mom is mean.
The mom is mean for sure, and the dad's a little snitch.
The mom is mean. Like, it doesn't make sense to like order an adult woman a child-size version, and you order yourself a normal and her boyfriend a normal. Like, you're also a grown woman. Like, why are you giving her a baby meal?
Yeah. Do you think any part of this, I know there seems to be some history of comments on her weight, but is any of this sort of a projection on how she's thinking about herself? Because she really makes a point to let us know that she's skinny and her weight and height. I guess she's trying to say that, like, I'm still small, so it's not like...
Yeah, 140 at 5'5" is very small.
Yeah, she's being like a little bit of a pick-me. Like, I'm so tiny, I can eat 6 donuts. But I don't know. Maybe she has some of her own stuff around that too. But the mom was definitely making it weird.
I think she is very, what's the word I'm looking for? She's very sensitive about this subject because of this thing that she was told when she was younger. Like her mom told her that her grandpa said he thought it was disgusting how much she ate, even though she was skinny.
Yeah.
And she was like, that comment stuck with me. I was 14. So I think like moments like that especially right when you're going through puberty and your body's changing and you do gain weight and you gain new shit, like you're like, don't want to be fat. You don't want to be seen as fat because
the culture
it's disgusting.
Yeah, the culture we're in definitely does not encourage that. But why would the mom tell her that the grandpa said this? It makes it sound like the mom delivered that message, not that the grandpa said it directly to her face. Like, why would you?
Well, if the grandpa is saying that about his granddaughter, it makes me think he probably also said stuff to his daughter while she was growing up. So she, instead of like trying to stop that, she's like continuing the cycle of like shitting on her. Maybe in her head she's like, oh, if she gets worried about weight, then she won't gain weight, you know? Like,
yeah,
I see moms do that. Like they're really on their daughters about what they eat because they're worried that their daughters are going to gain weight.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's like this really weird dynamic that happens with women and their daughters. I think the way I think about it is like a mom gets so obsessed with how she's seen by what her daughter looks like. She's like, I can't have a fat daughter. Then people are going to think I'm fat.
Yeah,
like they're going to see my fat daughter in public and they're going to be like, wow, she probably has a fat mom too. You know what I mean?
Or like people are going to think I'm not a good mom or that I don't take good care of my kid or something, like I'm neglecting my kid's health or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bad reflection on me
She's
type
like,
of thing.
Yeah, she's like, life's going to be easier for her if she's skinny or something. It's really fucked up, but those dynamics definitely go on.
Yeah, I mean, not to plug another book, but Jeanette McCurdy's autobiography, I think it's called I'm So Glad My Mom Died. She talks about that. Her mom like passed along her eating disorder to her child, and they were like calorie counting buddies of like under eating, and it was really severe and definitely would do a number on you as a young girl.
Yeah.
So
I do think your mom is mean and like she shouldn't have done that. It could have been a weight related thing that she did it. Maybe she was also just being mean. But I think the problem here is that the writer is so overthinking it. Like it's so on her mind. Like it's really, really affecting her. And I think in order to get past this, you can't really talk to the mom. She's not gonna say sorry. Like she's already shown, she's like, you're ungrateful that you didn't like that donair even though it was for a baby. So you have to like develop these skills to like not let your mom like control how you feel about yourself, or like
that's true, and that's really hard to do, but it is really sad and annoying when someone does something that upsets you or hurts your feelings, and the act of you expressing that makes them angry. Yes. That you are upset about something. It completely twists it around on you. That's not a supportive or healthy dynamic. Like you shouldn't. If you say, hey, that this thing made me feel uncomfortable and sad and insecure, you would want someone to say, I'm so sorry that I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
That's it.
And unfortunately, I don't think that's going to happen for the writer. But
yeah,
she did say something here. Honestly, this is how I would have handled the situation, because I'm the kind of person where I've had moments in the past with our mom.
Yeah.
That it's not the same thing as this, but like I will take it the next step to prove a point. This isn't necessarily the healthiest thing, but she did say that her mom noticed she finished her food and she was like, she can order me another donair if I really needed more food. I said no, obviously. I would have been like, yes, order me another one. Because then it's like, yeah, you did the wrong thing, so order me more food because you fucked up. So if she does something like that again, I'd be like, yeah, actually you didn't get me enough, so I would like another donair, and you're gonna pay for it again. You could have done it right the first time, but
yeah,
I'm not gonna let me go hungry.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, no, our mom's not as intense, but she definitely will have comments sometimes on like certain food things.
Yeah.
Like
she's a little bit of an almond mommy. Yeah,
she cares about health. She's always like, I just really want you to be healthy, which is normal for a mom. But I remember like one time I bought like, I can't remember what I brought over to their house. It was like a Powerade or some sort of electrolyte drink. I just felt dehydrated and I liked the flavor, and I brought it over, and she immediately like picked it up and looked at the nutrition label and was like, that's a lot of sugar. And I'm like, I don't drink these every day. I'm just drinking one today. Okay. I don't have a case of them at my home.
She loves to look at a nutrition label.
Yeah, she does. And I'd be looking at nutrition labels too in the store, but yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, you know.
Or like when I lived there, she would sometimes stare at whatever I was making. I'm like,
yeah, you're like, I feel you judging me because you wouldn't make something like this, but
yeah,
I'm making it.
Yeah,
everyone's different with their own stuff. I think a lot of times, like I said, with mothers and daughters, they can get really obsessed with what you're putting in your body. Like I remember us like getting a milkshake and mom being like, I don't understand how you can have a milkshake. That's way too sweet for me. And I'm like, you want this milkshake?
Yeah, you want it. Don't lie. You want the milkshake.
You want the milkshake, mom. Just have a milkshake every once in a while. It's not going to kill you. No,
she's super health conscious, and to the point where one day we were working on this garden at their house, growing a little vegetable garden, but we were really hungry while we were out running errands, so we grabbed Whataburger together, and I took a picture of her eating Whataburger. I was like, smile, I never see you do this. So I have a picture of her with a little part, but I
caught you red-handed. You're eating sodium.
But I told her, I was like, I need to take a picture because like this is a rare sighting, and she's like, yeah, you're right, I think I only go to Whataburger like once or twice a year.
Yeah, sometimes she'll get a cheeky Dairy Queen.
Yeah, our parents love to make a Dairy Queen run for sure.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the comments. This person said nor, oh wait, not overreacting.
Dude, one time I told an Australian person, like, y'all be like, nor, and he was like, what are you talking about? I was like, you haven't seen Americans make fun of Australian people saying nor. And he had no idea what I was talking about. I said, say no right now. And he was like, he said no normally. And I was like, shut the fuck up.
You bitch. Give me what I want. Okay, I guess NOR stands for not overreacting.
Okay.
Nor, which also does work for the answer. Am I overreacting? Nor. Nor, your mom has no place. I can't do the fucking accent. Nor, Cleo.
Cleor. I named my cat Cleo partly because of that.
Cleor.
Nor.
Oh, man. Your mom has no place to put down her child. I don't care what size my daughter is. I would never put her down like this, especially in front of others. Your mom sounds like a bully.
Yeah.
OP says, thank you. I think maybe she doesn't realize she does it. I don't know. It's very strange. I've confronted her about what she said to me, that my grandpa was disgusted by me. And she said that she never said that. I don't know if she's gaslighting me or just really doesn't want to believe she would say such a thing to me. It's hard because she has MS, and I don't know what I would do without her. I don't know what I would do without her had I lost her too early in my life. But stuff like this definitely bothers me. Although I'd rather just have a relationship with her than start arguments and such about these things.
Oh, there's like an added level of guilt because she has a like intense illness.
Mm-hmm.
That sucks.
Someone goes, what is a donaire?
I get annoyed when people ask questions that is something that you obviously could just Google.
Yeah.
Like, if you typed what is a donaire, why didn't you not type that in the Google search bar?
I know. They just didn't want to leave the Reddit app. Someone said I had to Google this because it was all I could focus on in the story.
Donaire, donaire, donaire. It's said a lot of times too.
OP responds to this one. It's basically a steamed pita up with spiced shaved beef, onion, tomato, and sweet sauce. Basically a creamy white sauce that has garlic and sugar. I also like mine with cheese on it. You sound fat.
Okay. Yo.
Wow, 140, really pushing it, girl.
Yeah, I also don't like when people ask me what something is over text that they also could have Googled.
Yeah. Your mom is a bitch. Why would she ask you which size you want and then get the wrong size on purpose? Not overreacting.
Yeah, it is weird.
Yeah. Another person, what is a donaire? Please stop asking.
Yeah, just you can even make it really fast on yourself. You can highlight the word on your computer or your phone, right click. There's an option that says open in Google. Open this in Google. Yes. You don't even have to type anything.
I guess there's not enough Canadians reading this. Someone says this, put her on a timeout, go gray rock. Don't have meals with her, make her miss you, and maybe she'll treat you better. However, I'm guessing she won't.
Ooh.
Have you heard of gray rocking?
No, but it sounds like playing hard to get. Is it like can I guess? Is it a more subtle version of stonewalling?
Yes. Yes, it is. So
context clues.
It's a tactic that some people use. It's a communication strategy to manage manipulation, toxic, or narcissistic individuals by becoming as uninteresting and unresponsive as a gray rock. Okay. So it's like you use minimal engagement with people like this. That way it's like instead of going no contact and completely cutting them off, you use like one word answers like yes, no, maybe. Like you just have like a stone face, like you seem really boring so that they don't want to fuck with you. Avoid eye contact, delay responding to messages, and keep conversations short.
It's like how you treat like a creepy man trying to talk to you in public.
You also don't share any personal information. You don't show any anger, fear, or excitement. It's a really good way to deal with a narcissist.
You just act like a robot, kind of.
Yeah, because narcissists, they like really want to get reactions out of you, and they have something called supply, which is what
drugs.
Literally, it's what they call the people in their life. So
okay.
For example, like in my past relationship, I was dating a narcissist and I was his main supply.
Okay.
Right. So I was like the person that he could always like use for stuff. And then you have your other people around in your life. And when the main supply starts to like pull away and like fight back and stuff, that's when they experience, I can't remember what the name of it is, but it's something that happens when like their version of themselves in their head gets questioned.
Okay.
And so they get really angry.
Interesting. You've done a lot of research on narcissism after that relationship.
I did it during the relationship.
You're like laying in bed at night and you're like, how 10 signs your boyfriend is a narcissist.
It's called narcissistic rage. Yeah. And like, I know a lot of people are like, I'm dating a narcissist. Like it gets thrown around a lot. But my boyfriend was actually told by a therapist, like my ex was told by a therapist that he was a narcissist. So he fit like the textbook descriptions of it. So I was doing a lot of research to try to see if like there was something I could do.
I can fix him
to make it better.
Yeah.
Like I kept getting like all online things where it's like, read this book. It's called When the Narcissist Dates the Empath. Why empaths are so attached to narcissists. You know, the whole thing.
Yeah.
And like, that was actually the first time I got on Reddit, was because a lot of people are like, I'm dealing with this narcissist. Like,
yeah,
people are like, honestly, in my opinion, the best way to deal with narcissists is just to completely cut them off and never ever look back.
Is our narcissist a lost cause?
Okay, so no. I would say like the majority of people who have narcissism are not ever going to change because they have this grandiose ego version of themselves that is what they put out into the world. Yeah. And that's what they think they are, even though
very painful to deconstruct that.
They're not that in reality.
Yeah, you're really insecure.
They're the most insecure group of people, even though they seem like they're not. So it's really, really hard to get past that wall. And most of the time, like, they don't want to. So I have heard of narcissists that actually have gone to therapy. Because it's really hard for a narcissist to go to therapy because then they just try to start manipulating the therapist. But there are cases where if someone really, really is actually aware that they have narcissism, they can work with a therapist to notice when they're like about to start like manipulating people and like work with tools to like not
do that.
Because
it almost sounds like an addiction, sort of like you're addicted to fueling this ego persona that you have.
Yeah. And then when you find your people that fuel that ego, it's really, really addictive. And then when these people realize you're not who you say you are, that's when they get really angry and they lash out at those people. And they're like, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah, I get mean.
Yeah, because they're like seeing you for who you truly are, which is ugly.
We're done. I love that movie. Are we like having a very cozy podcast moment? Because I don't know if you can hear it in the headphones, but there's thunder and rain.
Yeah, it's
going off.
It's really
also the
vibey.
Room has turned like yellow from
the light. I guess it would be really like gray and blue if we didn't have this light because it's a. Do you hear that?
Yeah,
there's a storm.
You know what Nikki calls it? When we were dating and we weren't living together yet and there would be a storm coming, she's obsessed with weather. She's has all the radar apps, all that stuff. She's always on it with the weather, but she'd be like, do you want to come over and be thunder buddies? I'm like, that's so cute.
I love
that.
Yeah,
that's when you just want to cozy up.
Yeah, one of the first like big moments in Brian and I's relationship was when we had a snowstorm come through here last year, and like it snowed, and I the next day I drove over here to be with him, and Mom was like, you can't go, like the roads are way too dangerous, and they were.
In this part of the country, if it snows, everything is shut down. We don't have snow tires. We don't have the infrastructure to handle snow.
Yeah. And I didn't take the highway because I was afraid of the highway. But that was actually a mistake because I went on Memorial, which has a lot of bridges.
And curves.
A lot of bridges and curves.
And I think they're more likely to take care of the highways.
Yeah.
Like they'll salt those down first before...
Yeah, so I didn't realize that. And I was on the phone with Brian. He stayed on the phone with me the entire way over here and like talked me through because my car started sliding and I'd never experienced that before. So he literally talked me through getting all the way to his place, and like I went like 7 miles an hour over every bridge and stuff.
That's sweet.
And then we just holed up here for like 2 days, and it was fun.
Yeah, you're like, okay, I like you. You talked me through this crisis.
Yeah, I was like,
I saw me freak out.
Really like you if I like kind of risked my life a little bit to get here.
Yeah, truly. If you had called, like, I imagine if you had called me, I would have been like, I don't know what you should do. Turn around.
No, he's very level-headed and good in a crisis. And
yeah, I once was driving in Colorado, a really snowy place, and I when I would go on work trips and I would get a rental car and I would literally think, who is letting me just drive around this car? Like, y'all are so irresponsible for letting me do this.
Hear that?
Like,
Hear that? I can't think of any rental car. Hertz? You hear that, Hertz?
yeah, no, I just was like, ugh. I didn't feel like an adult yet when I was doing these things, even though I was an adult, just like young 20s. And I was like, why would you let me be 25 and rent a car? I don't know. But one time
I still don't think you're an adult.
Wait, what? Really? I'm a 30-year-old baby.
No,
but
you're my sister. You don't have authority.
What the hell? But I was driving this car by myself in Colorado and it like started sliding on the ice and I was just like, why am I driving this car? I should not be doing this.
It's terrifying.
I got into this job to be a copywriter. I was supposed to be sitting down at a desk writing. Now I'm slipping, sliding on the ice and shit.
Yeah.
Get me out of here.
Yeah. Speaking of, there's no transition to this. Would you like to introduce our guest?
Yeah. Well, this is my second friend that we have on.
Second friend ever, actually.
This is my second ever friend.
And last.
No, she's actually like a newer friend. It's really fun and cool to make friends in your like later adulthood. Okay, now I'm just sounding
so
sad. A lot of my friends are friends I had in college, and I have like some high school people I keep in touch with, and that's when you're in like your peer groups making friends. You're making me like defend myself.
No, I'm just letting you talk because you're telling our audience.
Okay.
I know who your friends are.
Okay, I have them, I swear. If you're my friend, leave a comment.
I am Hannah's friend.
For real. But no, she's a friend I've made in the last couple of years. And she
a gay friend.
A gay friend. Also,
that's your
also
new group of friends.
Making more gay friends for sure. But she is dating. She's with one of Nikki's really good friends. And we had like a double date, and I met her, and I was like, yes, I told you, I was like, my friend. This is my friend now. I'm keeping her. I love her so much. She's a social worker, lives here in Houston.
We just love gay social workers.
I feel like lesbians are drawn to social work.
Yeah, obviously.
Because it is like
they're good people.
It is the hard. Yeah, it's the hardest job. Like, what can't a lesbian do? You know,
a man.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, she's just a wonderful human being. She lost her mom at a young age, so she talks about her early memories with her mom and her journey through grief. And I think she's handled her grief in such a beautiful way. She wears her heart on her sleeve, and I just really admire how she walks through life and handles those things. And
yeah, I know I've met her a few times. This is the first time I actually got to really talk to her, and I love her now.
I know.
She's my friend now too.
Yeah, she's a very likable human. But yeah, thank you so much for coming on. And our guest this week is Alex.
Life's a bitch, Hannah's gay. Tess got too many bills to pay, so they get together with Lily May and ask each other what mom say. They ask each other what mom say.
Sorry.
Oh my god. What does woosah mean?
It's something you say to center yourself, like calm down, woosah.
What?
I need a lot of that.
Wait, what does that come from?
I don't know. I heard someone say it in a show, and I can't stop saying it.
It sounds like you're culturally appropriating something.
I probably am, yeah, for sure.
woosah. It was like that.
It was probably like in Friends or something, so that checks out that it's like
culturally insensitive. But
Did they
yeah,
do that a
woosah.
lot in that show?
No,
I've never.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
You've never seen Friends?
No, not like. No.
You don't have to if you're not white. But if you're white, it's actually required
It's
before
part of
you
our
graduate.
culture, yeah.
I heard it's really good.
It is. It is really good. I know a lot of people like to say it's overrated and not that funny, but I love it.
Yeah, I feel like Friends is in the same category as the Beatles, where like it is actually good, but a lot of people like to shit on it because it's like a fun, hot take.
Yeah.
Friends is just as good as the Beatles.
I love
It
the
is.
Beatles.
It actually
So
is.
that scene, it's pretty amazing. Because I
think
love
they're-
the Beatles.
Yes. I'm so glad that you love the Beatles.
Yeah, we do too. They need to get
You
their
can
props.
stay.
Well, hi Alex. Welcome to Would Mom Say? How are you today?
I am good. I'm nervous, but I'm good.
Yeah. I'm a little bit drunk now.
I know. I'm like, I don't feel as scared as I was.
Yeah, that's good. We
No
took
more.
a shot of whiskey.
Yes.
Which-
Thank you, Bonbrecker.
Our unofficial sponsor.
Yes. Actually, thank you, Brian, for having Bonbrecker in the house.
Yes.
Even though you don't drink anymore.
Thank you, Tessa's boyfriend. I was gonna say I was over at our parents' house the other day, and I don't know why I was in a tizzy, but I was just like, I'm feeling like overwhelmed and kind of sad and a little bit freaked out. And Papa was like, do you want something to drink? It was also like the early part of like 11 a.m. or something.
That's how he handles it.
He was like, you want something to drink? And then our mom was like, would you like some weed? And they were like, you want Xanax? Like, they started offering me all these things. Like, they were sort of joking, but I was like, I bet if I said yes, they would give me any of these items.
When I tell them I'm anxious, they're like, oh, honey, just breathe.
They tell
They're
her
like,
to
well,
woosah,
yeah.
and you get offered the drugs.
Because they know I've already done all the drugs.
They're like, would you like to peruse the medicine cabinet? Yeah.
That was fun. That was fun.
Thanks, parents.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of parents, let's talk about your mom.
Let's talk about your mom. You described her as beautiful,
Yes.
strong, and adventurous.
Yes. I was reading that to my family. My aunt was quiet after I said adventurous because she's like, where did that? I think, but I just say that my mom just did a lot of, we were never still. Like, we were just always busy. Like, I just remember us never, except for like in the evenings, we had like downtime. But she'd always do, like, if we were home during the day, we kind of lived out. We had a lot of land. So we would like take a blanket out and go do picnics like during the day. Always shopping every weekend.
That's super
We
adventurous.
were in TJ Maxx.
Yeah.
And I actually believe that.
It is adventures. You don't know what you're going to encounter out there.
Yes, but she did, like, she loved to go fishing. She loved to travel. Before, like, I was born, she was, like, skiing all the time. Honestly, I think even when I was born, they still did that. But I was always a scaredy cat of everything. So she probably had to kind of, like, can't do this because Alex.
Reel it in.
Yeah.
But did she like to try new things a lot?
I think so.
She was just always on the move.
Yes,
she was
always
not
on the
like.
move. That's probably why
super
adventurous
homebody,
was the
yeah.
crazy word to go with, probably. But
Wait, so you said you read your answers to your family. Did they say anything else about any of your responses? And they're like, yeah, that's
so we
good.
also got into. So I called my sister, and I think she was just at work, and I think it threw her off. I was asking her, like, do you remember like certain things Mom used to say? Because I remember so much, but also sometimes I'm like, am I missing something good? So I called her, and she was like, I think I stressed her out. So she was kind of like, I don't remember anything, but we wrote it down. But she definitely, so that wasn't helpful. And then I remember this story. We had gone to Hawaii, my mom's office. I think like they knew that she was, like, she disclosed information that I think like she was kind of maybe a lot more sick than we knew. I was so used to her going into the hospital, and then she would, come out a couple of days later and everything was always okay. But her office had, when I was in 5th grade, paid for a trip for her, me, my sister, and then my Aunt Scylla to go to Hawaii. And we were snorkeling, and I just remember my mom being like, oh my gosh, it's a rockfish. And we were like trying to figure out, like, what's a rockfish? Like, what fish are you seeing? And I remember it being an eel. It was like an eel in between the rocks, but she kept calling it a rockfish. My sister didn't remember that story at all. They were not. And then my aunt said that when they used to go fishing, Mom used to call is it a blowfish?
Yeah.
She would call them rockfishes. So I don't really know which one, but
Yeah. Isn't there actually, there's something called a stonefish that looks like a stone.
Okay.
Oh, right.
And when people are scuba diving, the signal to say that's a stonefish is this, because they're like, we're getting stoned. And that's a stonefish.
Yeah. That's funny.
What? I did not know that.
Yeah.
No.
I dated a guy once who did that, so. Who got stoned?
Yeah, who got stoned or like
He
did
was,
stonefish signal?
he was into scuba diving.
Okay.
That's how I've learned all my fun facts.
Okay, no, that makes sense.
Yeah.
No, I've never even heard of a stonefish. I need
That's
to look into
that's so funny. A rockfish.
Yeah, she said funny things because she had a really strong accent. I did not get that, but my mom had a really strong like Spanish accent.
You said she was from Cuba, right?
Yeah, so she would confuse, like she couldn't do like her SH and CH. So like chair, she would say like go get the chair. Or like,
and you're like,
chit
I wish chair was
chit.
here.
Like she would just say chit all the time. So that was funny. Yeah. So yeah. And yeah, it was crazy. It was always just so as my mom. So it was me, my mom, and my sister. Always, my mom she like left my dad when I was 3, and then she had a boyfriend for a long time. So we like lived there with him, but it was really just always my mom, my sister, and I. Like I always said, we were like the 3 musketeers. And
Yeah.
I was going somewhere with this.
So the boyfriend didn't stay in the picture, I'm assuming.
No, when I was 8, they broke up, and then we moved like into Katy because we kind of used to live like off like Katy, like Brookshire, I think, and so then we like moved into the city of Katy. Yeah.
So it was a very like girl-centric household.
Yes, it was. And then as my mom got more sick, my grandma and my aunt moved in with us. So I just was always raised around like really strong women, like just girls.
Can you let our listeners know what she was sick with and what happened?
Yes, my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2001. So I believe she was
On
41.
September 11th.
And yeah, she was diagnosed with breast cancer. It was terminal. When they found it, it was already stage 4. And she was only given 6 months to live, but she lived 6 years.
Wow.
So yeah, she did
That's
a big
fucking
one.
awesome.
Yeah.
She persevered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
Nevertheless, she persisted.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
No, but that's a fucking badass. I feel like what is it? That's like how much is much more? It's like hundreds of percents more than they gave you.
Are you gonna make me do
Yeah.
math? I literally told you I can't count higher than 10 before we started recording.
Well, I never
I'm
thought
so
about that, but that's
sorry.
true. Like 100% more.
Yeah.
It's like no, like it's almost like 600, like 800% more.
Yeah.
Stop. I can't confirm that.
Somebody who can do math, can you please do the math of 6 years versus 6 months?
Yeah.
So what were those 6 years like for you and your sister?
Yeah. Well, I in 2001 was 3, I think. So most of my life, my mom was sick. I think my sister got to experience more before. But yeah, it was crazy. I mean, I say these crazy words and then I tell you a story and it's like, but no, it was good. A lot of my mom loved music. So, I mean, Frank Sinatra, Celia Cruz, which is like a Cuban singer, Selena. I mean, there was just always music going through our house. So when we were cleaning or cooking, the stereo was on. So I remember that. My mom also, she was like really big on my sister and I. So my sister and I are 6 years apart. So I'm 29 and my sister's 35. And we're super close. And my mom really tried to engrave that in us. Like, she's like, you always protect each other. You're always close. But that being said, we also fought a lot. So when we would fight, like my mom would like come around the staircase with the camera. Like she'd be videotaping us fighting. And we're like, what are you doing? And she's like, I'm going to send this to your dad if y'all don't stop. That's another thing. She like, she loved like memories, or I don't know why she's filming us fight, but she loved to like, we have so many videotapes. Like she just filmed everything always. So like, you know, the old school little, the little tapes. Yeah.
A lot of fights on film.
Yes.
we had a lot of that going on as well. Our mom has like digitized those, so you can actually get them put into a program.
Yes. Yeah. My dad's sister is trying to do that for us. Like we gave her a lot of the videos, so she's trying to do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that'd be good.
Go back and watch those.
Yeah.
Also, like, oh my gosh, we were mean to each other sometimes. Yeah, fighting is on video, man. Yeah, we are fighting on the camera.
Yeah, that's true. Our fights are still pretty, I think sometimes verbally. Never physical. It's never been a physical fight.
Yeah. You grew out of that. We did too. I'm going to hit you right now. No, we always say we want to hit each other, but we don't actually do. You say you want to hit me a lot.
My sister and I, we've never hit each other, but one Thanksgiving, like in 2017, I thought we were really gonna have a brawl because we were fighting. We just weren't having a good day. I don't know what we were. I'm so sorry.
You're fine.
We were irritated about, and I don't know. She like called me John Jr., which is my dad, and that's like. That's not good.
Don't ever blow. Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to slap you.
Don't ever tell someone they're being their parent. That's like the worst thing you can say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I had a boyfriend who used to do that. He was like, you're just like your mother. I'm like, you don't even know her.
I think y'all's mom is so wonderful. I love watching y'all's podcasts.
Yeah.
I do.
Oh, thank you. I hate when people use that as an insult when it's like a family member you really love too, like you're behaving like your mom. It's like, well, I love her, so well then I guess I'm being really fucking awesome right now. You can't handle it. Exactly that. Yeah. I'm about to bring the studio down. Sorry. It's okay. I think I can edit those out. Okay.
I think we'll see. Great. I think the table falling,
the mic noises, the table falling.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you. I know you said you were 3 when this happened. Did they explain to you what was going on, or?
Yes, I don't.
How did they do that?
Like I always knew. So I think. Like, she always would tell us. She was open about that, you know, like, mommy has cancer, you know, like, I'm okay right now. Like, we'd go over it, like, each time she had to, like, shave her head and stuff like that. She would have conversations with us. She also, like, a lot of Mondays, like, on Mondays, she would have chemotherapy. So we would, like, miss school some Mondays and just go with her and sit with her while she got chemo. And then we'd go, like, grab lunch downtown Houston somewhere. So I remember that we were, you know, she made sure we were a part of it. And I do think that did create a deep fear in me. Like my worst fear was losing my mom. And I think so I never really considered losing her to cancer. Like I think I had a lot of anxiety. So like when I was little, I would like be at school and think like, what if mom dies in a car accident right now? Like I thought about that. Like I don't know if I really understood cancer necessarily, but which is really sad, but I did. Like I always thought of my mom just like dying in these awful ways.
Yeah.
And so I think that did and I also think it like made me want to like save people kind of thing. Like I always thought like if I prayed enough, or if I don't know what else I could have done, but like, it'll make mama better. And yeah, we also had these like weird, like, so we called mom Mama Sue, and then like my sister called me Bebe Sue. I don't know if that's right, but I was just thinking about that. So so she would talk to us about it, so I knew. And then like each time she was in the hospital, I would leave school early and like immediately go, so I was aware like of what was going on.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Not left in the dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to explain that to a young child.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were very a part of the, like, I do, sorry, it just makes me remember more, but like, yeah, like, especially when she got her, that she got one breast removed. And so, we were there for that surgery. And then after, like, when she was like taking, we'd have to like clean it and stuff. Like, I was always there. So and I think that was like, always like hard too, to see my mom. This is maybe awkward, but she had bigger boobs, breasts. And so I think it was like, also I got to watch how she like struggled with that a little bit, because she just felt really like lopsided. Like, I don't have one here and I have one here.
Yeah.
And then I think around the time they started doing I can't think of my words right now, but the surgery where they reconstructed and like made it like, used her belly button and used that to like make her nipple, and they like reconstructed a new breast for her. And that was kind of like a new thing, like that was that happened. So yeah,
I didn't even know that you could do that, but that kind of makes sense.
Yeah. I don't know how they like do it now. I don't know if it's just like you just get a boob job maybe, and they
just put a
which
nipple
essentially
there.
I think it was.
Yeah, where did they get the nipple?
Yeah.
Well, I know a woman who got a boob job and they moved her nipples up.
Yeah.
So it was still her nipple, but I'm like, ow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm just thinking about now. Like, I know they used her belly button, and I'm confused about that, because could they have just like, I don't know if the whole boob just had to go, right?
Yeah,
like, we can't
maybe.
use none of that.
You can't save your nipple for later. Oh, wait, that's my favorite nip.
Yeah.
Put that on ice. Put that on ice. Well, it's called a mastectomy, right?
Yes,
Okay.
thank you.
Oh my God, I
Yes,
know.
just
That's
can't
when
think.
you get rid of that's when you remove.
Yeah.
The removal.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm sure that must have been like
You know what?
such a weird body dysmorphia moment for her.
I think it is like a boob job.
A boob job.
Yes,
Yeah.
because I do also remember us like feeling the jelly
Oh yeah.
things.
Yeah.
Well, they had
Oh
to
my
fill
gosh!
it with
And for a
something.
little bit, she had. Oh my God! It's all coming back. She had like a fake jelly. Like, it felt like realistic. Like, it felt like a boob,
Yeah.
and it would like go into a bra, kind of like where you put your pads in your swimsuit, but it was like a
Oh,
boob.
okay, like an
So
insert.
before she could get her surgery, they had that.
Okay, like a wig for a but for a boob.
Yes.
Wow.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is cool.
I want to touch one.
It was like I played with it a lot. Like when she didn't have it on.
That's very respectful.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I know. I guess it's like you don't want to say boob job because it kind of sounds disrespectful to someone.
Yeah,
who
that's
just
why it's
had a
like-
mastectomy.
But I think it like I don't know if I'm just thinking of the jelly boob, but I do remember her. I think when they were like going to do the surgery, kind of like which would match better with what you already have, so I think it was like they do put,
Yeah.
Yeah.
this.
They take care of you.
Yeah.
And then you could keep the jelly boob to play when she didn't need it anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fun. Yeah, she had she had a lot of wigs. That I always thought that was kind of fun when we would go like wig shopping. She'd get to pick like what she wanted, and we'd all be there like, this looks good. This,
Yeah.
So that was always fun.
Did she do any like really
Crazy
out
wig.
there ones? Like,
No.
I'm gonna have a bob today.
No, I mean, she did have like ones that were like bobs, I think, but the ones that she wore the most were just like short mom cuts.
Yeah.
You know,
Like,
so she would wear
looked
that
Looked more like her
professional
own hair.
older woman. Yeah.
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 Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You can't show up to work with a different bob every day, I guess.
That's true. She was a working woman.
She was.
Yeah,
Yeah. She
yeah.
worked in Tidal.
Well, What does that mean? I read that.
Yeah, so there's like real estate, so you could be like a real estate agent, but then when you like sign on your house, you know, where you go like have the meeting to sign all your papers, that's a title company.
Okay.
So that's what she worked in that for a long time.
Yeah.
And she was a hard worker. Like she always made sure to take care of us. So I remember like lots of times leaving school and like being with her at the office all day, or if I wasn't with her that day, I would be with my grandma. But she worked hard. She worked a lot. She was good at what she did.
Awesome. And it seemed like she was very protective. Can you tell us about the story of her at the daycare?
Yeah. Yeah, so I was in daycare. I don't remember how old I was. Probably like 5 or 6. And I was chubby. And there was this girl named Juju.
Bitch.
So, yeah, she was. And she would always, they would play like family. So like Juju would be the mom, and then some other girl would be the dad. And then they'd have their daughter. And like I had come up to them and I was like, can I play like family? And she was like, well, you can be the fat pie in the oven. And I told my mom that. And I mean, she skirted the car right around. And she just like she literally walked in there and she was like, who's Juju? And the director was like, Miss Gustin, like you cannot, like we've had this talk before, because this girl I think was like bullying me a little bit like throughout. And my mom's like, no, I've let you said you're gonna handle Juju and she's still out of control, so like it's my turn.
Let me talk to Juju.
Yeah, she was very protective of me. I also, when I was in school and little, I got in trouble I've never been, I don't know, never mind. I don't want to say like ADHD, but it was very much so like that. I've never been diagnosed. I've never gone to get tested, but I was in trouble.
Do you want to try an Adderall right now and see what it does to you?
You know, I've taken those before. Not prescribed.
Yeah. For school or for fun?
For school.
Okay.
I've taken I took Adderall for school when I was in college. I would like go, for a little bit, I did like during COVID, they were online classes. I went to UHD, but then I would just go to U of H sometimes and like just get all my work done in the library there. So I would take one, and I mean, I got all my classes done like in a week. I think I was just in there. Like,
you were focused.
So, yeah, it did help. But I did have like, I felt like I was like angry by the end of the day. Has that ever happened? Is that a thing, like a come down? Like I felt like I feel really high. It's like I'm gonna fight someone. So I stopped
because you're like holding it all in and just only being like productive. I don't know. That would piss me off too. It is kind of like meth in a way.
Okay, that makes. I felt that.
I've never taken it before, but I know people who take it. I don't think it. I've heard someone say they are experiencing an anger thing. Maybe it's because you forgot to eat. Because I know that can happen a lot on ADHD
that probably
meds.
makes sense. Like I wouldn't be hungry because I was just so focused. And then by the time it was like kind of coming out of my system, I'm like, I'm hangry now.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That makes more sense.
I've never taken it either, but our parents thought I was taking it in high school. They thought you were taking it? Yeah, they did.
Why?
They didn't offer it to you? No, I was on the high school newspaper, and I was writing an article with another student who he knew a bunch of students who were taking Adderall. So that the piece was about how like students are taking Adderall for school even if they're not prescribed. And like that was the article. But I didn't know anyone that took any drugs of any kind ever, so obviously I was not interviewing. And all the quotes were anonymous, but I was telling our mom about the story that we were working on because that was like news to me also. And then one day I was in the bathroom, I had like closed the door, and I was like popping a pimple on my face, so I was like super close up to the mirror, like messing with my nose or something. And my dad walked in, and I like jumped back, and he was like, what are you doing? And I was like, nothing. I'm not doing anything. I'm being Dr. Pimple Popper by myself. But he like went to my mom, and they were like, I think he was like doing drugs in the bathroom, and
my mom was like, she's working on that article, and then
Oh my God, they're like little detectives.
she asked me if I was taking Adderall, and I was like, no.
Papa doesn't know when drugs are happening or not.
He does sometimes.
If he can smell it. But what
I need an example.
Yeah.
Okay, like I remember driving in the car once with them, and we drove past this house in our neighborhood, and this was when him and my mom were watching Breaking Bad, and he was like, it smells here, it smells here. And I was like, what? And he's like, I think maybe like they're making something in this house. And I was like, you think that's a meth lab? It's like literally just like a house down the street.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
totally normal looking
It had
house.
like tarps and stuff over it.
Yeah,
he's
he's
like,
like,
that house is, they're doing something.
they're
in there.
making meth.
What
I'm
if
like,
they
what?
were?
How do you know what meth smells like? Are you doing it?
Yeah.
This reminds me of just saying, because the smell thing. I went through some things after my mom passed away. Like, I started just being kind of a little rebel child, right? So I was like smoking weed, or like 7th grade. It was not good. Anyways, but it was really funny because
You sound like you were actually really cool.
yeah, no, that's not cool. Like, if my daughter ever did that, no.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
I don't have kids, but okay. But whenever, one time I had like smoked in my room right after school. I thought I did it out the window, but I guess it like came back in.
Yeah, it
And
sticks.
then I laid down and took a long nap. So then my aunt gets home around like 7. So it was a long time, but I guess it really just nothing went outside. Is she opened my door and she was like, it smells like fucking weed in here. And I was like, oh my gosh, I was so stressed. And my sister like came home that night and they were like talking in her room, and my aunt was like, she's smoking weed in the house, like, and Amber literally told, like, she didn't know, and she told my aunt, she was like, Alex is not that stupid. She was like, she would never do that, like, not in the house at least, and so
Do you think
But
that
I
was your
did.
sister just looking out for you, or she also believes that you weren't?
no, I think she believed I wouldn't do that.
Okay.
How did you find weed as a 7th grader? This is not a how-to, by the
Yeah,
way.
if you're in 7th grade, stop listening.
Yeah.
But I hear that, and I do remember being in 7th grade and like hearing of some kids doing that. But I was like, where do you even begin? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that is,
was it just like a friend? Your friend had it?
yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, I must have known someone, yeah.
Just appeared.
yeah.
Because I'm like,
I'm trying to think of how I don't know. I remember like little like kids selling like oregano and stuff and be like, it's weed. Do y'all remember that?
I never encountered that.
the
I
only
don't
time I
know.
was sold oregano as weed was actually in Spain by a man on the street.
You were fooled.
Hella fooled.
Oh my goodness.
Well, because you hear that and you're like, okay, if a 7th grader is smoking weed, either they found it in their parents' house, which I actually
Yeah.
think is the better of the two options, because the other option is that an older kid is selling it
It
to
is.
them.
I think I
Yeah.
would like sometimes like, so my dad used to smoke, and so either he would like leave some
Okay.
for me upstairs. This is so weird. I never like, when my dad would ask me to do that, I'd be like, I don't do that. But like, he knew I did, but I never wanted to like smoke with him.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's
Okay.
weird.
Hey, it was
Like,
like his
it
way
was
of
just a weird-
bonding. Like, I'm
I
gonna
don't
leave out
know.
some weed for you and pretend like weed.
Like,
But I
Santa.
remember getting some like one time because someone had like the neighbor across the street, like he like smokes. I think my dad got weed from him. So I think one time like I got weed from him.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah.
you knew where the plug was.
Yeah, I knew that. Anyways, that is so. I don't.
Alex is a responsible adult now,
I am.
She doesn't smoke weed.
but you were clearly going through a lot in that time period, so it makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
I think you
Yeah.
can have leeway. It was. I'm not saying this was a coping mechanism, but were there any other things that you did to try to help you through like your grief at that time?
Other than drugs.
Other than drugs? Not saying that could have just been for the love of the game. I don't know.
Yeah, no. It was a hard. I won't like go too much into this, but after my mom passed away, there was like a really terrible, ongoing court like battle between my dad and my aunt for me. So I think it caused a lot, like just losing my mom too. I felt like it was my fault. And I had to like work through those things. So I actually
old
had like,
were you when she passed away?
yeah, I was 10.
Yeah, that's really
and
young.
she passed away December 22nd. So it was like a couple days before Christmas. Yeah. Christmas was our like my mom's favorite holiday ever. Like we just always she really loved the little houses, like the little Christmas villages. So every year we would put that up, and then she would buy the little fake snow. So like mine and my sister's job was to like sprinkle the snow to the city. Cute. So we would do that. And then that year I remember it was like really tough, and they weren't letting me like go stay at the hospital with her at this time. Like I could go see her during the day, but I really wanted to like spend the night and stay with my mom. And they kept, I guess like at night she was like doing worse. Like she was just struggling. Like you could hear it. It just wasn't, so they didn't want me to like be there for that. So actually on the 21st, I was told that I would get to like go the next day, which was the 22nd, to go stay with my mom. So we packed up all the Christmas gifts. Like we were going to go do Christmas with my mom in the hospital. And yeah, I remember like waking up that morning and I just wanted to look really pretty for my mom. So Aunt Scylla was like curling my hair. I had like a whole outfit picked out, and we had all the Christmas gifts packed up. And I just remember like looking at Aunt Scylla while she was doing my hair, and I could tell something was like, you could just tell she was like trying not to cry, like, or something was wrong, but she was doing my hair. And then I was like coming down the stairs, like I was ready. I was in my outfit. I was like coming down the stairs, and my dad came in the front door, and he had just asked for them not to tell me because he wanted to, like he came from the hospital. And like when I was coming down the stairs, he was like, "Baby, I'm so sorry, but like your mom passed this morning. Sorry."
No, make me cry. There's tissues next to you.
Yeah. Alex made sure to ask for the tissues before we started, which is so smart.
And so I just remember like I just remember screaming, and then yeah, and I mean she got to like, they kept her, you know, she just stayed in the room, and so we got to go there, and like I just remember like I just didn't leave her. Like I just laid with her, and for a long time they waited for my uncle, lived in Florida, so they waited for him to like get there. He was only like an hour out, and so that everyone like kind of got to see her before. So that was tough. And then from there, just a lot of kind of like right after my mom passed away, like it was kind of like I never lived with my dad either. So at that time yet, so I don't know what, some social security stuff happened where it was like, you know, my aunt was going to get it because I lived there at the house with my aunt and my grandma.
Yeah.
And then like my dad was upset about that. So he like came and like picked me up. He was like, "Pack your shit," like one day when I got home from school. And it was just like this big, it was like a lot. I think it was like a 6-year-long thing. And it really affected me. Like my dad was very angry. I did not like before my mom passed, we were doing therapy. Like my sister and I would go to this therapist, and that was good. But then when court was going on, I was appointed a different therapist I had to go to. And everything that I would tell her, they would disclose in court, like with my dad.
Oh my God.
And because he had me, like, you know, in the state of Texas, like they don't want families to be apart, right? So, and because like my dad's on the birth certificate, he's my dad, all those things, like they had to prove him to be unfit before I could like come back home or like leave his house.
How is that legal to speak to a therapist and then that information is disclosed? Isn't that like against HIPAA?
I think with court, like when it's like a court case, it's, you know, it's kind of like
Okay.
when you go to therapy, it's like we don't say anything unless you're gonna like hurt yourself or something. It was like they needed information from me to know what was going on, to be able to like, I guess, put the whole case together and kind of so yeah, so I had to deal with a lot of the like I would,
aftermath.
you know, he would come home and
They're
I would
saying
have
they're
to
in
deal
court.
with,
They're saying all the like negative things you said about him out loud to his face.
yeah.
That's intense.
And now that I'm an adult, like I understand that. You know, I think when I was little, I didn't understand that. Like I just thought he was really mean and scary and those things. Now that I'm an adult, I mean, I still wouldn't act like that, but I also understand that, like, you know, that's hard, right? Like these are, you know, my kids, and you know, I'm having to hear all these things about myself. So I understand that now, like being older. But when I was younger, it was really hard. And I just kind of felt like right after my mom passed away, like my foundation of everything just kind of went away. Yeah. Like I kind of felt like I was on my own, even though like my aunt did so let me explain. So Lolly is my mom's sister, and that's who I lived with my grandma, my Mimi. And then Aunt Scylla was my mom's best friend. Like she's my aunt. Yeah. And so like Aunt Scylla was did everything that really stayed on top of me to ensure like you're doing your homework. Like she helped me open my first bank, like did all these things, but like I couldn't be with her. So it was like she was calling and like taking me out and ensuring that these things were happening. But you know, it's not like I was there for her to really, you know what I'm saying? Like make sure every day these things were getting done.
She wasn't the aunt that your dad was fighting in court. She was okay.
Yeah. So, you know, between my dad and my other house, it was just hard. Like I just kind of felt like my mom left, and now I'm just kind of like there's no like foundation. But I do have to say that I am so thankful for all the women in my family and like the support that came together to like ensure everything. And I'm so thankful to my mom. Like I feel like she did such a beautiful job that even though I was young, like I've never forgotten that foundation I had, if that makes sense. She did so beautifully at that I like it just stayed with me. And even though I did some like, you know, not okay things or like smoking weed at a young age and all of that,
I think you get a pass on that.
I always knew like between right and wrong.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, she did good at that.
Yeah, I think it's unfortunate that like in this hard situation, some of the adults around you ended up making it more chaotic instead of coming together. I'm really sorry about that.
I agree, but you know what I like, and I just learned so much when I got older, because it's like I don't think we realized how much we affect like children, right? Because they don't know and they can't process like these things. But I have forgiven like everything, just because I realize that we're all just human. Yeah, like they're literally just humans, like feeling all these emotions. The only difference is that like now a little child's involved, right? And you're trying to like keep yourself together and like adult, right? But it's like you're affected and feeling all these things too. So I've been able to really like, I knew that as soon as I got older that, and I went back to therapy. Like I did not ever want to do therapy again. And then when I turned 18, like I just realized that I have a lot of things I would like to work on and to like rebuild in myself. And so I started going to therapy again.
That's good.
Yeah. And so that was good. That think helped a lot.
Yeah. And you studied social work.
Yes.
I feel like that would like everything you went through as a kid influence that a lot.
Yes, it did. Yeah, it did. I actually I was in school first to be a teacher, and I loved that. And when I was little, you know, my mom always said like, Alex is going to be my little teacher, you know, so I just always thought that that's what I was going to do. And I did love that. But one of my jobs that I got when I was in college, I started working at a foster care facility. And that just, I mean, I immediately knew it was just one of those things of like, this is so hard. Like some of those kids were bad as hell. Like, it was so bad.
Yeah.
But, like, I just immediately knew, like, this is where I'm supposed to be. Like, this is what I'm supposed to do. And I do think that it did have a lot to do with, right, like, feeling misplaced and, like, not, you know, just wanting to be one less person in their life that, like, let them down. And it's like, even if I get to just be with you for a week, right, like, this whole week you are going to feel so loved. And, like, you know, I don't know. So I switched my major. So I was, like, already done with all my teaching classes. All I had to do was do my student teaching. But then I switched my major. So I was in school for a long time. I was in school for like 5 years, 6 years, but then I switched my major to social work. So that's what I do now. And I work with individuals that have intellectual disabilities. So kind of different from what I did. But I do love that I've gotten to work with many different populations. Like, I've gotten to work with kids, young kids. I was a psych tech for a little bit at Ben Taub, and that was crazy. So that was adults, like 18 and older.
What does a psych tech do?
Yeah, so I was 1-to-1. So I would sit in the room all day with the psych patient.
Okay.
Yeah, various levels of things. So
yeah, but
there could be easy days and there could be really hard ones. And we dealt from it, like, you know, there's people like literally just like us. Like, sometimes I feel like, wow, I'm like one step away from this, you know, like, that's why, like, a lot of people, like, it would be like, you know,
anyone can have a breakdown.
Yeah, like there was
life is
there
hard.
was a girl that was a nurse, like, she had a regular, and she just one day just lost it. And that just
same girl
happens sometimes. So yeah, I worked a lot. Like, we dealt with like dementia in older patients, schizophrenia, bipolar. We had people that didn't have anything, but maybe, they did, like, they struggled with depression or anxiety. So, yeah, I did that for a little bit. And then when I graduated from school, I got my big girl job.
Yeah. Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
I was going to ask about going back to your mom a little bit. Do you feel like you get certain signs from her, or
Oh my gosh.
or you tell me about the
All
plant
all
that you have?
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, the plant. Yes, all the time. So yes, like, all the time I've always felt like my mom is like heavily with me a lot, and I do take those little signs. Well, just to give an example, yesterday I was really nervous about this. I like filled out the questionnaire, and I cried while I was filling out the questionnaire because I was just like, this thought just came, like, I'm like, I get to talk about you, you know, and I'm excited about it. And then after I went to the store, and while I was shopping, Girl, Put Your Records On, you know, came on, and that was one of her favorite songs. I actually have a little tattoo of the 3 little birds. And anyway, so I always feel like she does. Like, I always feel like she's with me, and she gives me little signs of, like, I'm here. I know I am very emotional. I cry often, but I know, like, my sister's wedding, the next day I couldn't even, like, open my eyes. They were so swollen because I cried all day, but it's because I just, like, I felt her so heavily there. And, like, my mom's, I have her journal. That is probably really, I probably shouldn't have read her journal, but I did. We read her journal after she passed it. Be careful what you write in your journal.
Our mom one time burned a bunch of her old journals. I was like, I guess I'll never know what you were thinking at this period of your life.
Yeah, like, that will happen if you ever pass away, I think.
That is so true. You should be careful what you write in your journal.
Or just make sure, like, you get rid of it, like, before anything. Or
yeah.
I mean, my mom never wrote anything bad. Literally, her journal was just of, like, how much she loved us. And
it's nice to have.
She was like, I burned the real one.
Probably.
Or I talk about the people I didn't like.
Probably.
Yeah.
Literally. And the one thing that I, you know, I think is, like, hard reading is, like, one of the pages she just talks about, like, she's just, like, literally pleading with God to just, like, I just want to see my girls get married. I just want to meet my grandbabies. I want to see them graduate high school. Like, just let me do these things, you know, like, that's all I want. And so, like, I think just being at my sister's wedding was, like, surreal because it's, like, I think my sister did everything that my mom would have ever, like, wanted for us. Like, she met the love of her life. His name is Grant, and he is literally the most precious human being. I'm not a fan of men, like, at all. And I love
So
Grant.
that means a lot.
Yeah, it does.
Good job, Grant.
And I love Grant so much, and so I think she was able to like find a beautiful love. She has 2 little girls.
They're
now,
so
so
cute.
it's like
They're
me
very
and
cute.
Amber. It's like she's getting to kind of like do what mom. I just know my mom would be just so proud of her and everything. Okay, signs. Sorry, I just keep going on. So I have my mom had this plant. It's called Angel's Trumpet, and my Aunt Scylla has them, and so she's got like so many of them. And so like a long time ago, I want to say like 6 years ago, she gave my sister and I a cutting. My sister's cutting never makes it. She's trying, but
She has
it's
2
'cause
babies.
It lost
Yeah.
it after the freeze.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
and
okay.
then but mine, like, it grew. Like, I was able, like, I potted it. It was little. It was, like, it used to be just one little stem. And then Ansel was like, I think it's time for you. It's, like, big enough. Like, put it in a bigger pot. So I did that, and now it's, like, big. And for the first time this year in 6 years, it bloomed. Like, I've been waiting so long for it to bloom. And I also think that's a sign. Like, I think I'm finally, like, I think my mom is like showing me like you're doing good, like life is going good,
Yeah.
like this is what you've been deserving. Like I just think in everything, like in how I feel about myself, like I feel like my self-worth has grown so much. I feel like
It's like these are the literal fruits of your labor.
yeah
You
like,
are blooming.
yes. So
I was just Googling what an angel's trumpet looks like. It's really beautiful.
It's very pretty. It looks like it's giving like fairy garden.
I know. What the
Yeah.
heck?
and
Yeah.
they only like last the bloom, so they only open up, they're like pretty and open during the day, but they really open up at night. And then like the smell, like they smell so good.
They're little party
Yeah.
animals. A little bit nocturnal.
Yeah.
They're like,
Amazing.
let's go.
Yeah, very
Yeah,
sweet.
So I get that. Yeah, like I feel those signs from her. Yeah, I do. I always feel her with me. Like whether I'm like somewhere and it's a song, or I just literally think about her. I think all the time, and then sometimes it's just like really present.
Yeah, I think to go through such an intense thing so young, like you've had to deal with grief your whole life. How? God, what's a good way to word this question? I guess like how has grief shaped your life, and like, do you think that there's things that other people should know to help them through their own grief?
Yeah, of course. I really strongly suggest therapy. I know that
Yeah.
sometimes can be annoying. People are like, I don't want to go to therapy, but you should. Like, even if you like feel like you haven't been through like really big things, you know, I just feel like therapy really, like I could really figure myself out, you know, and I think that was really important. Definitely feeling and understanding that my emotions and feelings were important. Like I feel like a lot of times I was really like shut down. Like I didn't really have a voice a lot because I was like little, right? So it was like, you know, I didn't feel like I was able to like share what I was feeling all the time in those things. And I think that really turned into anger. And I think that I didn't like that. So something that I struggled with is like I think that I didn't want to deal with anger because I thought it was like ugly and unkind to be angry. So I would just like push those feelings down.
Yeah.
But then things would like happen, like, you know, I don't know, like a breakup, or I didn't do good on this school thing, or like just little things would happen that like I would just like explode. And I never hurt anybody else or done anything like that.
No,
But
you're
something I would
literally
do-
an angel. I don't know.
Something I would do is like I would like, and I know I couldn't hurt myself either, right? Like I'm like, my family loves me too much, my sister like loves me too much, so I would just like break everything. Like I would just like be in my apartment breaking all my dishes, like just and that's happened like 2 or 3 times in my life. And my aunts will be like, you really got to stop doing this.
Yeah. Have you ever been to a rage room?
I have, yes. So, like, with court, I had to go to this place called Beau's Place.
Yeah. You and my fiance bonded over having to both go there after losing your mom.
Yeah.
I've never heard of it. And
this.
we were trying to like figure out if y'all like there was overlap of when y'all went, but it was different years. I think. But.
It's like honestly, now that I'm older, I saw it one day when I was driving. I was like, this is so crazy, because when I was little, I just didn't pay attention. Like my dad would like drive us there. It was like my dad and my aunt. We all had to go as a family. And they would just do certain like activities. Like then the kids would be separated from the parents, and they would do their own activities. But there was something that they had called a tornado room. And it was just literally a room of mats, and they had like everything's soft, right? But like you could go in there and just freaking like throw yourself against the wall, like beat things, like
the padded room for children.
Yes, literally. And that was like my first experience with the rage room, and I loved it so much. And then one time, like about like 2 years ago, I did a rage room thing. But which was really fun, but
they're so fun.
They're expensive. Like it's like 15 minutes, $150. I'm like, what? I'm gonna go buy my own stuff at the dollar.
Yeah, I can break things at home.
Yeah, but I do see where it's like, you know, they have a safe room, then they pick it up, and they can. So I understand.
You have
I just feel
protective
like
gear
the price
on. My friend took me to one for my birthday one year after a particularly bad breakup. I think she got it on Groupon though, but it was a business that was owned by women, and you could pick out the different weapons.
Yes, that's what I did.
One of the weapons was a high heel.
If like you
really, no, I wanted the sledgehammer and the crowbar. I was like, I want the heavy shit.
Yeah, stuff you can't get at home.
Exactly.
That is funny. No, that is, yeah. And like sometimes I don't realize like I went with someone, and I was like, you know, we were like taking turns like hitting something, and I really went in there, and she was like, bro, what the fuck? She was like, I'm way back, like, you have it, it's yours.
I actually think she's the weird one in that situation. You're doing exactly what you should have been doing.
I brought you here to smash stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm over here now, I look crazy.
You can't judge people in a rage room.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was fun. I really appreciate a rage room. I do also, I've learned in therapy recently this year that like, I think something I really had, like, I have my biggest flaw is fear of abandonment. And so a lot of things come with that, such as like people pleasing, I self-sabotage a lot, like just all these things that I learned in therapy. And, but something that I've really taken this year, and I'm actually putting it into practice, because I'm a really self-aware person, but the problem is like, are you going to do something about it, right? I can know all these things about myself, but am I really going to like fix it? And something is like really being comfortable and knowing that like when people truly value you and love you, they're not just going to leave. Like, I can express what I'm feeling and not be afraid you're going to leave me because I'm being honest about how I feel.
Yeah.
And I'm really like learning that this year. I think that my relationship has really helped me with that. And I've been like so thankful for that, because it's like I'm learning how to, I don't have to keep my feelings in. Like, I can talk to my partner and say like, this is what I'm feeling. Yeah. And not feel like you're gonna leave me.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, that's been pretty healing.
Yeah. It can be, I know there's a lot of people say like you need to be by yourself and heal on your own and have times to be single, which I agree with, but I also feel like
there's lots of
a relationship is, I mean, any sort of relationship, family, friend, romantic, but a romantic relationship is where you can actually put in practice,
test, learn these
like
things.
I've done all the work, I have all the knowledge.
Yeah, I love testing my boyfriend.
But like a relationship can be a really healing thing to be in, because you're able to learn like trust in certain ways and give yourself over in certain ways and actually put certain things into practice in a really vulnerable way.
Yeah, because no one triggers you more than like the person you're with all the time. I mean, Sorry, I'm not triggered. I just think like in a romantic relationship, those things that you've experienced throughout like your childhood or other traumas in your young adulthood, like they'll get brought up in ways that you don't expect. And it's not like that person is trying to do that. Like they'll just say something and you realize, oh, I have this wound that's not healed because now I'm being crazy, even though you didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Explicit.
It's like I think like a mirror, like really, I don't know. It's not like you're the same person, but like you said, it's like you'll like notice these things that'll like, why when you said this do I feel so
Yeah. And you're like, what? I didn't mean it in that way. And you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Um,
Do you think that
we only have a few minutes left, so I was gonna ask if you had any last words. Hannah, you have a last question or
Oh, well, I know this is kind of hard to breeze over, but you were talking about how you wanted to be a mom. So I was going to ask.
Oh, yeah.
You said something really beautiful in our email to us. So
you should do it.
Yeah.
You'd be a great mom.
You would be.
I want to be a mom really bad one day when the time is right. And I do think that, like, I would love to be able to, like, my mom did such a wonderful job at being a mom. And so that really, like, stuck with me. And I hope that I'm able to be a mom like that, like, where, you know, that sounds selfish. I want to be loved. No, that's not what I want you to love me. No, but I just mean like where I also leave those feelings for them, right? Like they'll want to be a mom or like just because
it's a different kind of love, the love that a mother and a child have with each other.
You want to pass that on.
Is that what I said in the email? Was that around the line?
Yeah, you were saying your mom made you want to be a mom because of how wonderful she was. Yeah.
That's it.
Amazing. Thank you so much for coming on our
Thank
podcast.
you for having me.
Do you feel okay?
I'm so nervous, but I did it. I can't believe there's only a couple minutes left.
No, you did awesome, and I really want to say thank you for sharing about your grief with us. I know it's not like the easiest subject in the world, but
Thank you all for having the space for me to do that.
Yeah,
and it's good to be able to talk about her. I think sometimes, you know, it's like so many years go by and then you just, I don't know, it's cool to just have space to talk.
And what
like
was
a therapy session.
What was her name?
Ada,
you're an awesome mom, I can tell.
Yeah, she is. Yeah,
I'm sure she's listening through the airwaves.
she's always here.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much. I love you.
I love you.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you guys for listening to another episode of What Moms Say. I will talk to you next Thursday. Bye.
Bye.